Hello, I'm Tara Brabazon. I'm the Dean of Graduate Research at Flinders University, and welcome to vlog 241. What skills do I need to emphasise in my career? So we're ending our university industry trilogy with a vlog dedicated to Sarah, and Sarah's advice and impetus and energy and propulsion created this series, and this is so important. And Sarah, the suggestion that you gave me for this vlog is really transformative, I think, of all the vlogs that follow. So let me tell you a little bit about Sarah. Just about to finish her PhD, which is tremendous. But she had a career before she entered her PhD in the public service, looking at natural resource management. And so at this point where she'd had this career, she was thinking about what the next stage of her life would look like. And she was aware, and is aware, that she's going to move between university and industry, the public and private sector, throughout the rest of her career, as all of us will. And she then asked me the crucial question. Okay, so I have to be flexible, I have to be adaptable, supposedly, but Tara, do I have to become a Swiss Army knife? Is that the model for the future of my career? Am I a Swiss Army knife, or do I focus on a few skills that I have and therefore will be less adaptable? What a truly remarkable project, and I've loved writing this vlog for you, Sarah. And Sarah, you are the best of us, so let me answer your truly brilliant question. And to do that, this vlog has two very clear parts. Firstly, I do want to address the Swiss Army knife metaphor, trope, idea, imagery. It's brilliant, and I want to take that one on. But secondly, I then want to talk about 8 skill sets. They're called doctoral graduate attributes. 8 very bespoke skill sets that you can use to structure your CV. Remember in the last vlog, we talked about the industry CV. So you will be able to use the 8 headings that I'm talking about this week as the structure for that industry CV. They may be placeholders, you may change them in years to come, but this is where we start that conversation. So these skill clusters we actually developed at Flinders University, doctoral graduate attributes. We did this. This is us. And if we put in doctoral graduate attributes Flinders into Google, then you will see a one-pager that presents all these remarkable attributes. So we're going to return to these 8 skill clusters in a sec. But firstly, yes, it's time for the Swiss Army knife. So Sarah, do you have to change your entire career and life and CV into a Swiss Army knife? The answer is no, you don't. What I'm going to do today is give you another shape, another way to manage and organise and express your expertise. And this model is called T-shape expertise. T-shape, T-shaped expertise. And this concept comes from Ryder Foley from the University of Virginia. And Foley discussed this and presented this in an article in 2017. So this is quite a recent idea. It has a lot of heritage that I'm going to talk about, but Foley's interpretation of this T-shaped expertise is transformative for international doctoral education. So this T-shaped expertise is a way to map skills, map concepts that are important to you, but also show how your skills can move into collaboration. So how those skills can be valued by an organisation. So this model, where I first heard about this was really decades ago, and it was applied to engineering. So T-shaped engineers was where this conversation started. And the earliest reference I found to T-shaped expertise is from a scholar called Guest in 1991. Now, I was alive then, a lot of you weren't, but in 1991, all the focus was about, well, I have this social system and economic system expertise. I'm a business person, but how do I enfold and this was the phrase used at the time, IT expertise. How do I unfold computing expertise into my business expertise? So how does something new come into my expertise? So the T-shaped manager in this model was versatile. And let me try and explain the T. So the T, the vertical shape, is the deep expertise. The horizontal shape is the skill set you possess, the capacity to collaborate with others. So if you think about it, the horizontal bar is the breadth of your expertise, and the vertical bar is the deep expertise that you have developed and you hold. Now, this is the thing. Often in this vlog I go, is this a thing? This is a thing. So in an interview, in your writing, in your profile, you can use the phrase T-shaped expertise and people will know what you're talking about. Now, for me, and it was weird revisiting these debates that I looked at 20 years ago, for me, the T-shaped expertise that we're talking about today, this is a PhD student. This is the best way to capture who you are and what you do. So if you think about it, your professional development programs, your peer support, your research dissemination, that is the horizontal bar of the T. The key change, therefore, that was explored by Foley is what you've got to do as a PhD student is take that vertical bar, that deep expertise that you have in a particular slice of knowledge, and then find a way to disseminate it, to move that through peer support, through professional development around, how you move the expertise around. And for me, this is your future. This is my future. This is our future, because it captures your depth of expertise, which is crucial, but it says that depth of expertise is not enough. I then need strategies through professional development to demonstrate how that deep expertise becomes a skill set. Now, Tim Brown also used that T shape in a really interesting way as well. I did just want to mention this is another way of using that shape. So Tim focused very much on what is going on here, right? Well, the base of the T, this vertical bit of the T, is innovation. So this is how you innovate. This is your PhD, original contribution to knowledge. This is how you innovate, and the top bar is collaboration. So this is how you innovate. This is how you share that innovation. Brilliant. So Sarah, hi, everyone out there, this is the thing. This is the way to acknowledge everything that you are, everything that a PhD gives you, but then find the strategy to move it about through professional development, skill sets, and collaboration. Okay, so Sarah, Swiss Army knife, no more. T-shaped expertise, yeah. Okay, so we've got the shape, cool. What I'm going to do in the rest of the vlog is work very strongly on that horizontal bar. You've got that. Your PhD is this. You've got that. I want to work on the horizontal bar. So what parts of the bar allow you to extend your disciplinary expertise, to prove your versatility, how you can adapt, how resilient you are to move that knowledge system around to diverse communities. So what we're going to do now is talk about these 8 skill clusters. And as I talked about, these can be used in your industry CV to actually structure what you do. Very, very happy for you to do that, and it does work. I've done it in my own CV for the industry CV, and it works nicely. So as I've said, these 8 skill clusters actually come from Flinders University. We developed them. Dr. Danny Milos and the wonderful Megan Prideaux with our professional development team created this incredible project for the world. So when I'm talking about this today, I am incredibly proud and quite emotional about it, because this is, something that the Office of Graduate Research has done. The research we have done and gifted to candidates around the world. Now, we created the doctoral graduate attributes for 2 reasons, and it's important to acknowledge both. And really they're capturing Sarah's future, about the industry university movement. Okay, so firstly, doctoral graduate attributes were formed to give you, yes you, a vocabulary, a language and a structure so that you can explain to employers, consultants, on we go, you can explain to them what your PhD has done in terms of skill development. So yes, the knowledge, but what other skills have you developed? So it's a way to help you, give you that language and structure what this doctorate has given to you. But it has a second purpose, and it is significant that I acknowledge it today. I can have you as industry ready as I like, and I can talk about T-shaped expertise, and I can get you ready to rumble. But if you are going to employers, if you're going to organisations, and they dismiss a PhD, then you can have as many skills as you like. But if we're dealing with an organisation and they see a PhD on a CV and they dismiss that PhD, then we're in trouble. So therefore, the doctoral graduate attributes existed as a communication matrix. So what happens is whenever I do industry work, organisational work, work with employers, as I do on a weekly basis, done a couple of gigs this week, I take this one pager with me. So I take the doctoral graduate attributes, 8 skills about, and I use this as a communication system with colleagues in diverse industries to explain what a PhD can do. The gift of it, the potential of it. So I open out a PhD for colleagues that don't have a PhD so they understand the skill sets that come from this truly stunning degree. Okay, so that's what we've created, a communication matrix. So let's get into this quickly. Let's look at these 8 categories for you to shape and hone your career. T-shaped expertise. Let's do the horizontal component. Boom. The first cluster of skills is research and critical thinking. Research and critical thinking. Now, this refers to the capacity to find, to synthesize and organize information to create an output, to create an evidential base and an outcome. You are able to construct arguments and you're able to formulate and understand questions, interpret those questions, and yes, answer those questions. Our second cluster is obviously engagement and impact. Yes, we've gone there. So this cluster demonstrates your ability to find opportunities. Opportunities to not only share knowledge, but find new ways to apply already existing knowledge systems. So what happens is you demonstrate the ability to move knowledge through Australia, move knowledge internationally, and understand how to disseminate ideas in a way that is appropriate for a diversity of communities and stakeholders. So you value research dissemination, you act ethically, and you understand how information and knowledge moves with integrity. 3, depth of disciplinary expertise. Depth of disciplinary expertise. Now, this obviously is the vertical bar of your T-shaped expertise. This is the bar. And this is where you demonstrate your expertise, your competency in your discipline, your ability to understand a body of literature and to innovate from that literature. You know the limits of your discipline. You know when you need to apply alternative approaches to enable the answer to a difficult question. So you are rigorous. You know how to create concrete modes of understanding. You also know how to unsettle the status quo, an original contribution to knowledge. So you are able to look at the current state of knowledge and innovate from it. So that is your PhD. So what I need you to do is break this incredible achievement into a skill cluster. So let's move to cluster 4, personal and professional awareness. So great for our clinical colleagues out there too, but this is the ability to reflect on your practice, to understand your strengths and your weaknesses and develop a personal development plan. So this means you are strategic, you know how to operate independently, you know how to operate without guidance, but you also know when to ask the concrete questions and enact positive and productive collaboration. You are motivated, you persevere, and you're able to manage setbacks. That's the definition of a PhD. But you're also curious. You're able to maintain that wonderful open mind and be available for the opportunities as they present themselves. The fifth cluster, everything to me really, fifth cluster, effective research communication. Oh yeah, effective research communication. This is big. Effective research communication demonstrates your capacity to convey knowledge, convey outcome, convey ideas. Yep. It also demonstrates your ability to convey that knowledge to diverse audiences and also understand the bespoke nature of interfaces. So you're able to say, right, I have a research plan. Part of that research plan is a research dissemination plan. Part of that research dissemination plan is a research communication plan. And that requires me to understand who are the audiences I want to reach and what interfaces enable me to reach those audiences. So this means, I'll use the phrase, you are a thought leader. You're able to participate in the communication about ideas. You present ideas clearly and logically, and you also have active listening abilities and reflect on the ideas expressed by others. Remember, communication is not talking, it's listening, it's engaging. You're also multimodal. You know that you can write well, but you also know when you need to step away from the written word and use sound or use vision in a different way. Cluster 6, teamwork and collaboration. Yeah. So you create and you build relationships. And you're able to build those relationships with a diversity of people far beyond your discipline. You're able to understand your local environment, create a sustainable knowledge environment within your present, but also move those ideas with integrity and with care through space. You build professional relationships with supervisors, with peers, with other scholars, and you're able to recognize diverse priorities, goals, and communication systems. So you welcome collaboration, you're able to identify opportunities and create outcomes from those opportunities. So that means you can develop collaborative networks and sustain them. Skill cluster 7, again crucial. Integrity and ethics. Yeah. You respect academic and research integrity. You understand what both those phrases mean and you activate them in your daily life. You demonstrate ethics, you demonstrate research integrity when you are collecting information, presenting information, or disseminating that information. You understand personal ethics and professional ethics, and you work hard to reconcile differences. So that means you create respectful relationships with stakeholders. You care about the experiences of others and you listen to their truths and change your own. So we're now at skill cluster 8. Told you this would change your life. Let's do skill cluster 8. Project management and research strategy. So this means you plan and you implement a multi-phasic project. That's what a PhD is, a multi-phasic project. You implement resource management, You implement time management. You are aware of risks and you adapt and manage those risks with care and thought. So that means you align your research project to the institutional and governance needs of an organisation. You also know that no solution is perfect, but you manage risk. You can never get rid of risk. You manage risk to create deliverable outcomes with ethics. So as you can see with these 8 clusters, this is what a PhD gives you. These are the skill sets that a PhD gives you on the way through in a candidature. How precious is this? Now these 8 skill clusters are incredibly valuable to the world, particularly now. So Sarah, you now have your T-shaped expertise. You've got the PhD, the vertical shape, but you've also got that wonderful horizontal bar of peer review, peer support, and professional development. And you thought you were just enrolled in a degree. I wish you love, light, and peace. Tea out.